All right, it's Tackle Talk Tuesday. I skipped out on y'all last week. I had a tournament I had prepared for and get ready for and kind of focus in on it and try to find some fish and adapt with the fish. So this time, as you can see, I don't have any lures on the table or anything like that. I want to talk about a little bit about fishing your strength and how to adapt to the fish and when you should adapt to the fish. So here in Alabama, we have a lot of hot and cold weather fluctuation. A lot of storms that happen in between those times. So today it's like super warm, like 80 degrees. Gonna rain tomorrow and then cool off and then get back warm. So those fish get real finicky in those times. A lot of them become suspended. A lot of them hold tight to cover when the water gets muddied up. So this weekend, and Thursday and Friday and Saturday. So Saturday was a tournament. Thursday and Friday, I didn't practice Friday because of the storm. Thursday I practiced. Thursday went to the lake. Fog came in. Had to wait forever for the fog to clear to get blasted off. Go out there and find some fish. So that day I ended up finding a bunch of largemouth. Shook some pretty good ones off, some 3-4 pounders. Shook those off in practice so I can come back on Saturday to catch them. Well, I found these fish in shallow pockets. They was just chomping. I mean, they were getting ready to move up, getting up there for bed season. Pre-spawn as they could be. Friday came around, storm rolled in, big shelf cloud came in. It's really cool to see, but big shelf cloud came in. Big storm came in, water got real muddy, water cooled off, cold night that night. Saturday rolled around, we went out there Saturday trying to fish like we did Thursday. Well, the fish just wasn't there like they was Thursday. There was fish there, but they wasn't the big ones that we were on before. So we were fishing our strength as shallow water fishermen, beating the banks, got all the graphs cut off, rolling with it. And ended up having to back off a little bit on Saturday and find this brush and the structure and where these fish were holding tight to because the water had muddied up. And the water temp on Thursday was 64 on the high end, and then the highs it got on Saturday was about 59, 60. So finding that warmer water temp was a big key on Saturday. We found some warmer water temp, ended up putting some largemouth in the boat. Still didn't have a great weight, was looking for some bigger fish, could never find one, could never hook up with them. But I just want to talk to y'all a little bit about don't get stuck on your strength. Just because you fish shallow and you're good at fishing shallow doesn't mean those fish are gonna be shallow. You can go out there in January and try to go throw a topwater frog in 2 foot of water. Well, guess what? You're not going to get bit because nothing's going to be there. So don't get hung up on your strength. Try to adapt with the fish. Learn how to fish different techniques. Learn how to go deep. Learn how to go out there and fish ledges. Learn how to go out there and fish structure. Use your graphs. Use your Panoptics. Use your live scope. Just try to adapt and learn more and more. The more you learn, the better you're going to get. It's not so much on what bait you're throwing sometimes. It's about the location you're in. If you're not in that right location where those fish are, well, you're not going to catch them. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that and just make sure that you stay confident with your strength and fish your strength. But when that doesn't work out, I want you to be able to move to where you might not be in your playing field, you might not be in your strength, but get some knowledge in that area because it's going to help you out to stay consistent in the long run. And a lot of tournaments you fish, if you fish a trail or a series or anything like that, consistency is key. If you could keep those good consistent bags throughout the year, then you're going to be higher up in points. But just going to the lake, if you're just a normal weekend fisherman, it helps out. Like I go on weekends that I don't have tournaments to different lakes, not even the lake I'm going to fish, just to see how those fish are reacting and moving with the weather change and with the temperature fluctuation and spring's upon us, we got stuff blooming everywhere. Fish bite different when spring comes in. When it starts blooming, they start going on bed. I mean, if the water temp keeps warming up the way it's been warming up, spring's upon us, we don't have any crazy cold fronts for weeks at a time, we're going to start seeing some fish on bed very shortly, like within the next few days. When they go on bed, I'm going to make a Tackle Talk Tuesday about what you should throw in there. If they don't bite that, throw this. If they don't bite that, throw this. Patience is going to be a big key when it comes to bed season. You got to sit in there and fiddle with that fish until you make that female bass get mad enough to bite. And if there's a male on bed and you see the male, most time you can catch the male, and guess what? Female moves up there and you can catch female. So let's just make sure we keep it in the back of our mind to stay optimistic about fish and keep moving with the fish. Fish your strengths, but also know your boundaries, and also know where you can go and adapt with them and learn about those deep fishing techniques. I know I need to practice a little bit more on deep fishing and learn how to do that a little bit more. You follow coming up in the middle of June, and those fish are going to be deep, and they're going to be on ledges. It's going to be hot. They like to stay in that cooler water, and I'm going to have to figure out how to fish them. So as I learn, I'm going to try to help y'all learn too. And I appreciate y'all tuning in on this Tackle Talk Tuesday, and I'm going to do my best to keep doing them. Tournament weeks, I might not be able to post a video, I might be able to, but I try to focus on my tournament that week and try to know what the fish is doing. Thank y'all. Make sure you like and subscribe. I had a good bit of views, but not a whole lot of subscribers. Make sure you subscribe, that way you can get your video every Tuesday, and you'll see it pop up on your feed, and you can click on it and watch it and see what you need to do this week. All right, and thank y'all, and have a good night.